All right, so in case you missed it, Pierre from Fox 9 reported that Michael Pineda is going to be signing a 2-year, $20 million deal. That was confirmed by Dan Hayes of The Athletic, who also threw in there that it's pending physical. So it sounds like it's all but done. I think that's an excellent, excellent deal. I'm going to make an argument that Michael Pineda was essentially Madison Bumgarner or Zack Wheeler last year. Tons of fan disappointment, tons of negative reaction when the Twins didn't come away with Wheeler. Now sort of the focus has been put on Madison Bumgarner, but I'm telling you, Michael Pineda is just as good as those guys. If you don't believe me, give me just a couple minutes to run through some stuff. I'm not cherry picking here. This is their entire 2019 stats. Just kind of going straight to the point of how these are sorted out here. Wheeler's on top, 4.7 WAR. Mad Bum at 3.2, Pineda at 2.7, and that's pretty significant because there's a 60 inning gap between those two in particular. And Bumgarner barely still accrued more WAR than Pineda did in 2019. So that's pretty significant. And just kind of taking a look at some of the little bit more traditional stats that I have up here on sort of the landing page with these guys. K per nine, all very similar. Again, Pineda's the guy in the bottom there. Walks per nine, all very similar. ERA, pretty similar. There's not a big gap. You can see Wheeler did have a lower FIP. I think that's another reason why teams were willing to go a little bananas. But the fact that Wheeler got literally almost $100 million more than Michael Pineda this offseason is crazy to me. I know Pineda's got the suspension and everything. K minus walk percentage, very close. Madison Bumgarner barely edged out Pineda there, but as you can see, it's all very close on those. WHIP. Bumgarner has the lowest, then it's Pineda, then it's Wheeler. Part of that is because Wheeler got a little bit unlucky, I suppose, in BABIP. Now, these are interesting. ERA minus, FIP minus, xFIP minus. Those three numbers are league adjusted. They are park adjusted. 100 is league average, and the lower that number is, the better. So, again, Michael Pineda is on the bottom here. He had the best ERA minus among these three. He was second in FIP minus to Wheeler, beat Bumgarner, and the same thing for xFIP minus. Pineda beats Bumgarner. He is barely behind Wheeler there. xFIP, Pineda and Bumgarner were almost the same with Wheeler coming up a little bit on top. Win probability. I put WPA. If you read my stuff at Twins Daily or our game recaps that we do, I put the WPA in every game. I don't think it's necessarily really money stat for like a full year, but it's something to look at in a big picture like this one where we're going to take a look at dozens of stats. Michael Pineda, the only one of these three guys who had a positive WPA. Another interesting thing when I was thinking about this is fastball velocity is the column I want to look at on this particular page. That's the thing about Wheeler that really makes him, I thought, that made him really sexy in the free agent market in comparison to a lot of other guys, is that velocity. 96.7, that is hot on the fastball velocity. Much higher than Pineda or Bumgarner, as you can see there. However, if we go and take a look at plate discipline and look at swinging strike rate, Wheeler is the bottom guy out of these three. So, I think the theory is that there's more there. That's why Wheeler got $118 million in 5 years, is that he's better than what he did in 2019. But Michael Pineda had the highest swinging strike rate out of these three guys in 2019. Michael Pineda is only 30 and 10 months old. Madison Bumgarner is also only 30 and 4 months old. So there's really not that huge of a difference between Bumgarner and Pineda. So if Pineda is only going to get a 2-year, $20 million deal, and Bumgarner might get a 4 or 5 year contract, that's a little wild to me, considering their 2019 performances. Now, obviously, Bumgarner has much more of a resume beyond that. And then Zack Wheeler, he's 29 and 6 months old. So he's only a year and 4 months younger than Michael Pineda. That's not a significant difference, in my opinion. And he got a 5-year deal. And the Twins just got Michael Pineda on a 2-year deal, $20 million. That's the numbers. I'm not pulling strings. I'm not making anything to be what it's not. I'm not skewing dates or anything. That is the 2019 season for these guys. Definitely a consideration that yes, Bumgarner and Wheeler pitched a lot more innings than Pineda. That's worth mentioning for sure. But man, Michael Pineda, I think that deal he just signed with the Twins is going to be one of the best deals anybody signs all offseason. So hats off to the Twins front office. Obviously, they needed to fill a hole in the rotation. Familiar with Pineda already. Got him on a great deal. I'm pumped.